So, I'm pretty tired. I wanted to get this video out, and it's 10 o'clock Monday evening. It's going to be quick, but just an overview of what I did this last week. We're going to jump into the screen. I just want to go over, the main thing I did was, so remember last time I tried to do a live, it didn't work, so here I am just recording it because I just need to get through it, and this is just about documenting. This is more about later in the future seeing this and just documenting my process for how it was when I used to be crazy enough to do a print magazine by myself. So no edits or anything. This is just stripping it all together, put it out there, just to document where I'm at as I'm making a magazine. I think it's really fascinating. I love behind the scenes. I always love when you're watching movies and being able to see how they make it. There's just something about watching creative people do their art that I enjoy, and this is a little progress every week, being able to see things. So last year, got connected with Grammarly, and so what I do is I pay for a 1-month subscription, and I write everything during that month. Is how I've done it last year, and that's how I'm doing it this year. So by the end of this month of April, I want to have it all done, all the writing done. So what I'm on right now, I'm not going to really go into a lot of this other stuff, but what I'm on right now is I did the interview, the very first interview in the magazine with Anthony, and wrote it. This is the rough draft, so I need to go back and actually read through it. But using Grammarly actually helps with a lot of things. But there's a bunch of stuff that I'll need to go in and catch, and then I'll also need to have someone come in and proof this, because this is not a strong point for me. I love writing. I'm not really good at spelling, and a lot of times I'm very much like an audible type of writer, so I write like I would talk is how I really enjoy it. So I finished this article, and also at the this is the one I was on, also finished the main Becoming Fully Me, which again is rough draft form, but I got the, this is really at 90% stage rough draft of what I want to get out. And then I haven't pulled this over yet, but what I also did was come over, and I didn't show this last time because I wasn't able to show my screen, so I'll just kind of go over InDesign and laying out. So the way I usually do it is the previous version that I had is I'll pull that over and copy it and create another version. I'm sure there's quicker ways to do that. I haven't taken the time to set up a template or anything, but when you do that, it sets up paragraphs and stuff. And so I'm gonna walk through this. So volume 35, it's Becoming Fully Me. So I have these first main ones. I've kind of tweaked a little bit of this, but most of it is how it was in the previous ones. I added my signature, which I have on the YouTube videos. These are a lot. I don't think I'm actually going to fit everything in here. Some of these are actually poems as well, but get to lay it out and see how much it is. All of them start kind of the same. So we got people who inspire me here. And then now these are the layouts for Anthony, which I think turned out really nice. So we got main quote, these side quotes. The idea that I have is I'm really big on clearing things away, open space, letting your text breathe. I realized this when I was going, so I did another video about this, but I did a redesign of 3V, and when I was doing this, I realized, actually I had another designer that I was talking with, and they were like, wow, you have a lot of fonts. And I recognize that that's really what my design is. It's clear white pages, really big photography, and the design is the way I choose to use fonts and where to use them. And that's really, the design is the words, which, makes sense. But that's one of the things I love about the magazine is you clear out everything, no ads, no many things. It's really focused on the reading, and the idea that I had was I always love these, I don't know what they're called, but these first letters being big and bold. It's actually a different font. It's the same font as the subheadings. So you have his here, and the idea is that kind of like in web pages, you're scanning to what you want to actually jump into. So it's, his name, and then these texts are, if you read nothing else, you can kind of skim through, and the idea is that if you read this, you're interested, then you'll read the title, How to Lose for Each Other, and then you'll want to come in and read that. And so I'm allowing people to be able to skim through, see the photos, and then dive in, and each layer determines how much content you want to consume, is how I approached it. And so I really am thoughtful about the quotes that go here, because I want you to be able to look at this, read these main quotes, and maybe the headings, and have that resonate. And then, maybe something kind of digs in that you want to read more on. But that was the thought process behind this layout. One of the things I'm really big on is large photography. So we got one kind of major quote that I felt like was really impactful. I'm kind of torn here. I have a lot of this empty space. This is lined up where the other pages is, so it's the same height here as it is on this one. And I'm trying to determine, do I center, or so there's an equal amount of space on top and bottom, or do I leave this space on the bottom and have it with the top? That's kind of currently one of the design things that I'm debating right now. I go back and forth, and I'm not sure where I'll land. Also recognize that I think the coloring is a little off on this one. It's a little more blue than these, and I think maybe this one is a little bit more vibrant than it should. This one's a little bit more blue than I think I want it, so I'll have to go in and edit some of those. Yeah, that's what I have so far for that, and I'll just roll down through here. All of this, this is old content from previous ones, so none of this is going to stay. I just haven't pulled all of it out. All this is still old. Now we get into the poems and articles. Here's how I'm treating the poems this year, refining it. I treated them like articles last time, and I want to call them out, so it's very specific. So they're centered in the page and have a smaller heading, except for this one, which is the Black Lives Matter poem, which, I don't know, this one really means a lot to me, and it's kind of a big thing of 2020. It packed in here is a lot of, yeah, anyways, we'll get to it later. But this one's kind of unique, but I wanted it to very intentionally be unique. But I kept the poem, which is actually the same size and heading, just so it has a callback to the treatment of the poems. And also so you recognize that it's not an article, but it's a poem. And then these are old photos from last time that I just haven't pulled out. And I haven't put out the layouts yet, but I have the main page and the main quote, which you've seen. This has been on Instagram. But this is the title of the article of the thing is of the volume 35 is Becoming Fully Me, and then I usually write an article condensed inside of what that title meant. Really, really happy about this article. I really I mean, it's funny. I go back and read some of my old stuff, and I'm always like, man, I really believe this. It really resonates with me. So, simple poem. This one is gonna stay, so I'm kind of matching. It's one of my favorite photos from last year. Evolution 01. I know I'm gonna have to lose one of these articles because I'm definitely not losing this one. The Paradoxical Mindset is the second one that I think is unlocks my thinking and why I think my mind is so incredible. So I'm very, very excited about this one. These are from last year. I have the new photo, the letter to my kids. I do one every year. This is old. From last year, so I haven't written a letter, but this is kind of the photo that I want to go with from Halloween. I thought it was good. And then I'm changing the ending for the first time in a couple issues. No one's guaranteed tomorrow. Make the most of right now. And then the last is don't wait, live life intentionally. And then down here it's like a thank you. Take action, start now, and then the sign off is to go tell someone how great they are. The idea is that, like, closing up, if you get to this point, I think if you don't take action and doing something for yourself, the idea is that I really hope that you connect and it moves people to just call someone up, or just text them, or however communicate with them and just tell them how great they are. Because like I said in here, I don't think we hear it enough, and I don't think we say it enough. So that's what we have so far. And yeah, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for an update next week.